let your bold path be a business. Hata upata your job, just venture into something small. It could be a hotel. It could be selling clothes. It could be a thrift store. Like, see, must even physical. It could be online. Having your own business, it's a game changer. And working under nobody, trust me, you'll never even want to work under anybody ever.
Thank you for tuning into the Bold Path podcast. I'm your host, Lucy Wanjiko Jenga. On this podcast, we get to listen into amazing and exhilarating stories that are messy and everything in between of entrepreneurs who have taken the bold path. I'm really excited to have you join us. We are joined by an awesome guest today who I really love and who I've seen grow, who inspires me every day. So thank you so much for making time being here today. Tell us who you are.
Hello, my name is Nika. I'm 23 years old. I'm a creator. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a B&B host. I'm basically where the money at. I'm a go-getter, and that's on period.
Thank you so much, Nika, for joining us. And when I was thinking about this podcast, I was thinking I want to inspire people. I want people to listen to stories here and be inspired to get into business, to get into entrepreneurship, and not see it as this big thing. When you hear of entrepreneurship, you're thinking, what is that mountain? What is that thing that is called entrepreneurship? And you're one of those people I've seen who started at very low and now they are very high. Probably not high, but at least you're getting there. You're on a path there, the bold path. And I thought I would really want to hear your story because I don't think we've even ever sat and talked about your story. So maybe tell us, where did it all start for you? Why business? Why entrepreneurship?
What I would say is entrepreneurship is about risk taking. You just have to be bold and take the risk. If you don't want to work under somebody, then be your own boss. You get me? Mm-hmm. So it started when I was young. I used to make some beads, some chains.
How old were you? I remember, but people don't know. I think you're around 8 years, 9 years. Yes.
Maya's age?
Yes, Maya's age. Maya is my daughter. And you used to collect these beads from the ground.
Yes,
I don't know how you would even see that.
Okay, I wanted to make quick money. So we used to live in Dandora. And there were kids, the neighbors, they used to sew wigs. Mm-hmm. It was like a family business. And they used to sew wigs and make braids. Mm-hmm. So if we want to play with them, the mom will be like, malize kutengeneza kwanza ndo mwende mcheze. So now they would make them and it was really tiring. And I was like, Kwani, how much do you sell them for? And they were like, it's like 60 bob and everything. But that's what used to bring
the money,
like bread on the table. So I was like, okay, let's like make beads also and make some money. For me, it was just for fun anyway, and to just make that extra cash until I realized like, oh, okay, I can actually make money doing this. So I went to high school, and in high school I used to sell snacks. So when mom buys me food, mimi stakula, nenda kuzuza double the price. So if queen cake, so it was queen cakes and juice. So if queen cakes, I was in Semita girl. So if queen cakes ni 120 bob, 6 pieces, I'm going to sell maybe one queen cake at 100 bob.
And people will buy.
And they will buy. There's no queen cake in school. And I was the prefect, so I could hide. Anyway, so yeah, I continued. It wasn't hard really. It was just for fun and everything until nilimaliza shule, and I was like, okay, I don't want to stay home. And what can I do? I don't want to go to university. So what will I basically do? So if I want to move out, I have to pay my bills. And for the bills to be paid, I have to work. So I was like, nani anaweza andika mtoto wa 17 years old? Surely I don't even have an ID. So I was like, I used to see girls selling.
Before we get there, before you get now, you're grown and you're out of high school. at this age, 8, 9 years old, most of the kids are playing. Maya is playing. She's not trying to make money. Though sometimes we push her towards that when she asks for money. We tell her you can actually draw because you're very good at it and sell. So she sees that opportunity. But for you, seeing that opportunity, like how much were you selling even the beads for? Was it a bracelet? Was it a necklace? What exactly was it for you? And was it even important money? How much was it?
Like 10 shillings.
Like 10 shillings, okay.
It was a lot because I would buy, not mapera, pasua, macadamia. I would buy that.
Yes.
And maybe maembe. It wasn't like that much. And actually, mabeshtongo walikuwa na buy. So I wouldn't make much.
But it was still money.
Yeah, and I used to love doing it. I used to love the fact that I could make something and sell it. Hiyo ndio ilikuwa, yani the feeling was about me making something and selling it and making money, like you're making profit of your own. I was like, this is it.
And now you go to high school, you're seeing this, that it's becoming something that you can actually do. So if you had gotten a job at 17, would you have continued with business? What would you have chosen between being employed and taking business? Or was it business because I can't be employed yet?
It was a choice. I didn't want to be employed because I tried. Okay, so let me rewind. After high school, I wanted to move out. Reasons for another day. But I wanted to move out. And I knew for me to be able to manage my life, niko huko nje, and I'm young at 17, I have to make money. So I was like, what could I do? I used to see girls selling melon and pineapple. And they would come, Juma alikuwa na shop. So our mom had a shop. So they would come and sell at 20 bob, 30 bob. And nikauliza mmoja because alikuwa anakaa mdogo sana. And I was like, how old are you? And akasema ako 16. And I'm like, you're 16? Hii ni business yako? Akasema, yeah. And I was like, really? How much do you make in a day? And akasema 10,000. And I'm like, what? A whole 1,000?
That was a lot of money.
You know, like where? Like
at 16.
I know. And I'm like, damn, okay, this is nice. And niambia like, mi naeza uza pia. Akaniambia unaweza. And I start thinking about it because I was like, if they can sell, mbona mimi nisiuze? You know, like if they can sell, I can also make it happen. But so for me, I was like, I'm always too bougie. Like I wanted to add it, like some spice on it. So instead of just selling the fruits, I wanted to make fruit juice. And I had an idea, like I wanted it to be all bougie, looking all cute. So I was like, okay, I have to do this. So I didn't even tell mom. I had some money and there was a girl next door tulisoma naye primary school. So tuko same age. Apia amemaliza shule. We are that period here. We are done with high school. So we're just waiting for God knows what. So I pitched her my idea and I was like, I think we could sell. And if they can sell 1,000 bob and it's 20 bob per fruit, what about us to use at 100 bob? How much will you make in a day?
So we were selling watermelon. So
for me, I used to sell pineapple juice, cocktail, and the ginger shot is like, I knew watu wa Jaba watabuy. So it was like I was mixing passion and ginger. It was like some ginger shot, but it was for kuchana. Yeah. So I used to sell only those 3 juices and the first day I sold everything. I sold everything.
How many bottles did you have? Were you selling a bottle, a cup, or
a cup? Those tumblers. I don't know if it's 100 ml or 200 ml.
It's usually 300. 300. If it's the big one.
Yes.
And the small one is around 100.
Actually, I guess nilikuwa nauza hiyo ndogo.
Nauza how much were you selling it?
100 bob. Oh, and I guess so it was 12 down, not 12 juice, so 24. 24 pieces.
Wow.
Yes. So I made 2,400. So we went first to Kenda town and looked for, I had 5,000 Kenya shillings, mbele nyuma. And I saw that was like a lot of money. So I told her, vision yangu ni we become partners. But she was like, she doesn't have money to join hands with me so that we could start the business. I was like, okay, I'll pay for everything, but you'll work under me. So if I'm making hii amount of pesa, nakupatia for the kunisaidia kutembea and everything. And she was like, okay, cool. So we went to town. I looked for the basket. I looked for the tumblers, the straws and everything. we came to Kenda Soko. We bought the fruits. The fruit nilibuy like maybe punch. I didn't even
500 shillings.
Yeah, 500 shillings. I didn't even spend the whole 5K that I had. So when I went home. I'm still at my mom's house. So she was like, isn't it nini? And I'm like, nataka kwanza kuuza juice. And she was like, really? And I'm like, yeah, I want to. Ako like, kwa nini? And I'm like, I just want to. I can't even remember the whole conversation, but she was like, okay, cool. So I used her blender. So the next day I told her she waked me up really early. I woke up at like around 6. Juu kulikuwa na jua, Nakuru, like, yeah.
Oh yes, so, all this was being done in Nakuru, where we had a stint raised for some time in Nakuru. Yeah.
So I made the juice. I didn't even, as in just sijitengeneza juice before. Me, I don't know how I knew how to make the juice.
It's not that you went on YouTube looking
No.
Because you didn't even have a smartphone
Exactly.
then. Okay.
I didn't know. Hata sijui nilijuaje. So I just blended them, packed them, and...
Did you brand it?
No, I didn't brand it. Mom alikuwa ananisaidia. So so the first time, I didn't put the cling film.
Oh, so it poured. Oh, man.
So I went, like, kama tano zilimwagika.
Okay, that first day that you sold the 24 pieces.
Yes.
Okay.
But zikumwagika yote, but zilimwagika kidogo, but people still bought.
At 100?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
You know, first mom is famous. So when they see me, they see Mama Africa. Then I was Capriti and I was very soft-spoken at that time. Like, I'm really humble. Like, oh, hi, I'm selling juice and it's fresh. Sijui nini, atingapi. And I don't know how it was just a miracle.
You probably used what you had. You used all the advantages that you had, including being soft-spoken, using mom's blender, mom being mom's fame, or sort of fame in Nakuru. Yeah, so that was really exciting. So the first day you did 24, how long did you do this for?
Oh, about 3 months. No, okay. About 3 months. The first 2 weeks, I'd already raised money to move out. And I moved out.
How much was that?
Let me say about 20,000.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I moved out because...
Were you doing... So if you've sold 24, that is 2,400.
At times I used to go back and make more because I was like, nishamaliza stock. What am I going to do? But at times sikuwa nauza at all. And... like it will go bad. So if I don't sell, I'll have to throw them away and make another. So I used to walk the whole time. Niko narudi usiku. But in case if it's a good day, I'll go back, make more, and go back
continue selling.
Exactly.
Okay. So you moved out in 2 weeks and continued this for 3 months.
Yes, I continued for 3 months. But sasa...
What were the learnings from these 3 months? What did you learn about yourself? And probably why did you stop?
I learned that anything is possible. If you want it, you can. Like, just go for it. Beshte yako anasema ana dog kusaidia. Wait after ujisaidie. You understand? And also, I learned that you have to be resilient. Kuna competitors. Uko nje kwanza after tu nilianza kuuza juice ndo aliamua pia wanaweza kuuza juice.
If this child can do it, then we can do it too.
Exactly. Yeah. Then so other girls are like selling the juice. And I was like, okay, let's do this. But na pia kuna wengine walikuwa nakwambia watakulipa after 1 week and they won't pay.
Oh.
So, but you just have to keep pressing on. Nili learn that you can do anything. If you set your mind to it, you can do anything. And the reason as to why I stopped is because you decided to pay my school fees and go to uni.
Oh, yes. Yeah. And I think also COVID happened.
So COVID didn't. No, COVID happened after you decided I should go back to Nairobi.
Yes. Okay. For me, I'm big on education. That's my strength. And somehow, because as a firstborn, you take that role of, helping guide your siblings towards the right path. That looked like the right path. Imagine if you're doing this without education. Imagine what you would do if you had more exposure and more education or more information to work with. So that was the whole reason. So after school, and you didn't finish school, probably important to tell people. You started with certificate?
No,
With diploma.
Diploma, straight
And you didn't
diploma.
even finish.
I didn't finish.
I know something else came up that led to you not finishing the content creation. So probably you can walk us around that, because now more young people are taking up content creation as business.
And it's paying.
So how was that for you? What even led you to starting that? And I remember I was your first guest. Full circle.
Okay. So now I came to Nairobi, and after COVID now, I want to go to school. I studied business management, by the way. And when I was in school, I saw opportunity. Yani mimi nikiona opportunity, I'm there. I saw opportunity that kuna lots of idol people. So they're always on YouTube, they're always on TikTok, they're always on Instagram.
In school?
Yes, in school. And they just talk about whatever is going on. And it was that time ilikuwa about masoshi. And I was like,
what is sushi?
Sushi is socialite, but not socialite of Vera, socialite of us Gen
young
Z.
people. Okay.
Yes. So
also Vera is young. So younger, Gen Z.
Millennial Gen Z.
Yes.
So I was like, I could do this, you understand? But I realized the sushi, you have to dress well. I didn't have money to dress well. I didn't have money to look good. So I was like, okay, I'm in school. What could I do? So nikaenda Gikomba. Okay, mimi nimeshinda tu. I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. So nikaenda Gikomba. I got some nguo. Can't remember Nika apparel.
I can't actually. There was a Nika apparel.
Yes, there was a Nika apparel.
I can't remember us doing that. Because I think that was the time also I was talking you into bringing things from China.
Yes, the Nika, the brand came in at that time.
Yeah.
So now I went to Gikomba, nikaanza kuuza manguo, shule. So I used to nauza shule, and kwa class naambia watu nauza and everything. And at that time they had already started to know me for don't know what reason.
How much did it take to buy clothes from Gikomba?
It was cheap actually. Nilikuwa na buy tops za 55. I guess only 300 bob. Juu nilianzanga na tops kadha, crop tops. Then I can make some money. Then I went back. Then the universe just have a way of kukuletea watu.
Aligning.
Exactly.
When you start something.
Exactly. Because after that I went and met somebody who she schools in JKUAT. And she also sells thrift. So we decided, wow.
Memories.
So we decided she brings stock, I also bring stock. Then because our school, it was main campus. I was in KCA University, by the way. It was main campus, but it didn't have hostels. But JKUAT has hostels. Yes. So we go from each house to another, telling them this is what we sell, and you have to look at what we sell.
Wow.
So we went to every room, and we made some money because we were selling them cheaply, like so kenda sana, 50 bob to 100 bob. So after that, I was like, we could, because I had already started in YouTube now, content creation, had started like vlogging a day in the life of a university student, and go views. I guess 13K. And I was like, oh, okay, I can do this.
And so this was after your first video for the makeup video.
No,
that you did
I was
together.
just doing lifestyle. So now I was just pitching in, and now I brought
finding your footing.
Content, exactly. So now I decided to do content with that. So I did street content, asking people questions, things like that. I got monetized. And now YouTube is giving me money.
I remember, I have to tell people, you used to take all our phones in the house.
And watch my own
and
ads.
Watch your own videos and ads, and everyone had to watch. Even the nanny would give you her phone. Actually, you were not even asking. You were demanding of us. And they would be playing all of them. And I remember I started being very mean with my phone, and you got really angry.
Exactly.
And it's also important for people to know that it was not even an iPhone or anything. I think it's a phone I had given you.
Yes, it's Huawei.
So it was my phone.
It was your phone.
Interesting.
Because after you gave me your phone, it was still your phone. My phone, I didn't have a phone.
Yes.
Like it was just some
You were using actually my phone.
Yes. So my own phone couldn't film anything. So I was using your phone to film until you were like, no, you're not using my phone anymore.
Yes.
And I got so mad. So on my 18th birthday, you bought me a phone.
All this you're doing during the 17th year. You're still 17 all
I'm
this
still
time.
17.
And also I remember I had recommended you for a school thing. So you were going to a school program where you're also a teacher.
I was a teacher. Wow, yeah. So, was I 18? No, I was 18.
No,
I
I had
turned
turned 18 and I had given you a phone as a gift, so you'd stop touching my phone.
Exactly. So I went, I got into a program where you like teachers practice. So you just help kids because these public schools don't have enough teachers. So we basically help the teachers with like trainees, but we're helping the teachers and everything. And we used to get paid. It
wasn't a lot. I think it was 300 for every day that you go.
Imagine. Hiyo tulikuwa naenda kwa fair and I used to wake up early. But I loved the experience.
And this is when they also even showed you how to do vision boards.
Vision board.
And you created your first vision board that had content creation.
Exactly.
So you working and starting even content creation was you living out your vision board.
Exactly. Yeah. Everything actually, I did a YouTube video on that. So everything I wrote on that vision board, I achieved the next year. Like everything. That's when I blew on Instagram. That's when people recognized me. So now going back to now uni, I started doing the content back to back.
So you're doing content and selling clothes, or you stopped selling clothes? Nika apparel.
No, to get now the views and the subscribers. We're doing loyalty test. If you all can remember, there was a time like loyalty test was a really big thing. So now we used to go to schools now. And when you're selling clothes, we tell you, can you please help us your phone? Wakitupatia simu, we subscribe and follow ourselves. And like the first 3 videos.
So you are manually finding
the subscribers and followers.
Wow.
Yeah. And I remember my first YouTube earning was 100K.
Wow.
Yes. And I was like, ooh, natoka Mathare.
Because you were living in Mathare.
I was living in
closer
Mathare.
to the school.
Yes. And I'm like, I'm no longer living in the ghetto. Mini meomoka, 100K.
And this was after how long? This before you earned 100K with content creation. How many videos had you done? And
less than 10.
Less than 10.
But they went viral. You know, once you upload something, and you are like manually looking for subscribers, like you are tapping. Obviously, people are like, oh, ni nani, try to watch. Like, you know.
People get interested.
Exactly. And so it was bringing traffic. So in Amanisha, like YouTube will push it to more new followers. So less than 10 videos, I already gotten that money. But then I got comfortable, I guess.
Yes.
But I was still confused because I was trying to build my Instagram. I was trying to build my YouTube channel. And YouTube needs a team. To manage YouTube channel, you cannot do it alone. Like, trust me, you cannot do it. You need an editor. Come on, I used to do everything. I used to edit my own videos. You used to give me those 2 links of watu wakifunzana vitu, like editing and everything. So as much as I was...
I can't remember, but okay.
Yeah, you used to do that. So it was already tiring for me. And I was trying now to rebrand. I was still in school. But
and you're not sure of this content, the direction you wanted to take.
Exactly.
After the loyalty test became... I think it became more scripted. People found out that this is scripted, and it became boring.
More hosts came, and
more people started taking up the loyalty test.
Exactly. So it was like now boring, or yours is not even trending. Then I would already moved to Zimmerman at that time. So it was hectic to commute. Homeschool. It was tiring for me. And I'm like, okay, I think I need a break so that I can figure what I want. And then Dad had stopped giving me pocket money. So now I have to
I think I had also stopped.
Exactly. You all bailed on me. So now I'm broke and now I cannot live the life I was living, you know? Because at least, you know, when you're giving me some money, Dad is giving me some money, I was like, okay, I have something. So that time I didn't have anything. Alafu, you know, umeacha kuuza sana. You're not selling as much as you're selling because you're comfortable.
Now.
Yeah, because you have like YouTube. YouTube is going to pay you. Like now let me focus on creating content because I'm going to get money regardless. So at that time I'm like, okay. So let me just quit school. Then I will go back after I've figured out
what you want.
Yeah, what I want. So now that's when I decided, okay, then rather than focusing on 2 things at a time, let me work on my Instagram. Instagram is quite easy. It's just taking pictures and posting, and you can go viral. So that's when I decided to become an influencer, because when I was doing YouTube, I was just a fully content creator. But now when I started focusing on Instagram, it's like I'm becoming a brand ambassador. I'm becoming an influencer.
Where did you get this information that you could do these things, and why did you think you could do? You didn't have everything going on for you. It's not like you're coming from money. It's not like you had certain budgets just for this. It's not like you were even working, because people sometimes mix work, and this is something that is part-time. So for you, you're not working. You're not being given pocket money. You don't have this income stream of the content creation. So what were you going to do, and how did you even think this Instagram would work? Because that's something that really holds people back, holds most young people back. You're not even sure if I go full force into this,
It's going to happen,
if it will pay back.
Yeah.
And at what point does it even pay back for you to actually earn from it?
It's all about risk taking, a leap of faith, basically. I didn't know if it would work out, but at the end of the day, I always emit main character energy, and whatever I do has to work out regardless. So I knew if alafu you cannot tell me you'll focus on something, put your time there, you just go all in and you fail. It has never happened like that. It might delay, but imanishi haitajipa. Itajipa regardless. Unaona? So I didn't have money, yes. Do you remember hata sikuwa najua restaurants to go to take the pictures, but I had the vision. I knew how the pictures I knew how I want the pictures to be like.
Is there a specific person you were looking up to?
Yes. At that time it was Wabosha Maxine. I loved her. I loved her. It's just that I grew and became a baddie, and she was too calm for me. So yeah, but I was like,
she was the inspiration.
She was the inspiration, basically. So I just started. So because I didn't have school in the way, and at that time it was in 2022, and I had already lost weight. So I was overweight, and when I was trying TikTok and YouTube, people were body shaming me. So when I lost all the weight and I was now petite, I'm like, okay, if I did it, yani nini ingine siwezi fanya, I can do anything I set my mind to. So I was like, okay, let me give it a shot. So I started now the Instagram.
Walk us through that. I think you're taking it too fast.
Okay.
You realized you want to do Instagram.
Yes,
This is the main focus, and this is what you'll put your time into. You've realized it can actually bring in money as an influencer.
Yes.
You've realized there are gaps. I've seen along the way, even within your story, that you find a problem and you find a solution to it. So you give people, or you sell a solution. So here you knew people being body shaming and people coming at you in a dark light was not giving you the full thing. So walk me through that, because I remember you said, and I was like, we'll see if that works or not. So that, like, I was very convinced, but it's something you saw and went for it. So walk us through that.
At the moment, the product that I sell is all about restoring confidence. So if you don't like something, change it. Understand? So at that time, I was okay with my weight. But after what I pinpoint, I'm like, okay, maybe I'm a little bit big and I could do something about it. Then I was like, okay, weight, you can lose it. But that ugly face, why you gotta do about it, mama? So I was like, it was about proving them wrong. I've grown up kukua bullied, kukua picked on. Either because I'm the prettiest, I'm the loudest, I'm the smartest, but I've always unaona ule mtu mwenye akona force. I'm a force. So I
you know this.
And I know that. So I knew, like, maybe it's not even about them. It's not even about me. It's just the insecurities, they're projecting them to me. Exactly. But if kama you know mnaona kama me being fat is what is making you not watch my video, let me be skinny tuone. You know, if it's being fat inafanya nisifike a certain position, let me change it and we see. So already I did it and I was now petite. So I'm like, sasa mtasema nini? Let me go all in and being an influencer. So niwapate huko juu. So I did it, and so I didn't know nitaanza wapi, honestly. How will I be an influencer? How will I make money? How will I approach brands? I was at maybe 60K followers, and I'm like, what do I even start? But I knew the first step is taking that picture and posting and waiting for the followers to come. But it was like, pictures only won't help. What can I do? A content and engaging content that. So I just started doing some videos, doing some get ready with me, makeup, just finding my niche. And I got my first gig, modeling at some fashion trends. And
did they approach you or you approached them?
I did.
You approached them?
Yes, I approached them because I remember they told me, can you come so that we can talk about it?
Did they already have the models? So you were
Yes.
Okay.
They had models and everything. But I just went and talked to him like a brother. And I told him what I'm going through. I don't have money at the moment. I'm trying to grow myself as a brand, and I would really love to work with him, and I will give it my all. And akaniambia, you're very smart. Like, you are going to go far.
Nice.
And I'm like, yeah, please help me. Have a sweet tongue. Please help me.
Up to that point, who was encouraging you to keep going? Up to that point where Sam West?
Sam.
Before Sam came and gave you that, did you have, and Wabosha being the inspiration, who was working with you in this journey?
Nobody.
No one. Okay.
Myself and I alone.
And in the belief in yourself.
Yes. Now mimi nakuwa nimejiaminia.
Very
Sana.
important.
So now I got the job and I was getting paid really well. I was paid weekly. So imagine niko na gig kila wiki. Nishasema that, don't care about you guys. Don't even send me the pocket money no more. I am good. So with that now, okay, I wanted to be an influencer. I didn't have money to buy the clothes, remember? Now I have a fashion brand. I'm getting clothes for free. I'm getting paid. I'm getting them pictures. I'm like, woo! Everything was just
taking your vision board
exactly.
now.
So at that time is when I was like, okay, I want to grow bigger and stand as a brand, because whenever I'm working with these brands, I usually give it my all and I let the brand consume me as if I am the owner. Yeah, I'm the owner of the brand. And I was putting so much effort on this brand that I was working on, and I'm realizing I'm losing myself. Why don't I channel that energy to myself? What can I do? Like, what will I do? I was like, okay, I want now a brand and an identity. And I'm like, selling clothes. I don't have the resources for now, but I will sell accessories or something. And that's why I changed now Nika apparel to By Nica. And I started selling accessories. And I won't say my sources, but yeah, I started selling accessories at really affordable. So I used to buy at affordable prices.
What was these accessories?
It was like earrings.
Okay.
Yes, just the accessories. Bracelets, etc. And now I was like, okay.
Did you have that product that was a quick sale?
I wasn't even making sales, Sana.
Okay.
Just here and there. I don't know, like what a clients walikuwa wanatoka ngapi. Oh, lashes. Yeah, I had lashes. Lashes used to sell because I used to wear lashes all the time. Like, hey, me not Julikana na lashes. I'm a baddie. I stand 10 toes on that. So I was like, okay, I want to import lashes from China so that I can brand them. Then I was like, okay, again, it's too expensive for me. And I had an acne breakout at that time. So like my face is full of acne. I'm stressed. Now I'm no longer pretty. And I'm like, what can I do? I tried the IV drips. Nothing helped. Like nothing worked. And I realized
Did you try using now the platform that you are creating to
sell?
Not only to sell, also to reach out to these brands to ask them for.
Since 2022, I've always got things for free. I don't buy things.
Is it the way you structure your language? What do you think works for you? because it's not easy. Me and my 3,000 followers, I don't think I have ever approached any brand or thought I was fit to approach any brand. I don't know if that would change with 60K followers. Maybe you can also walk us through how you get from 0 to 60K, because that's no
At that
easy
time, I'd
feat.
grown. I had like 200K.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I don't think followers matters. Is the content, the quality of the content, and how you pitch yourself.
Very important. Followers don't really matter.
Yeah.
You can be big with 1,000 followers, and you can be big with 100 followers or 1,000,000.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because when I used to approach them, I have a sweet tongue. Najua kusoothe mtu. Najua. Plus, it's not even about that. I tell you reality. I'm telling you what I'm going to bring on the table. This is this. Then I usually look at the weakness of a brand before I approach them. Maybe the influencers are not doing it right. Or maybe they're not making enough sales.
So you do your research.
Exactly. So share research namwambia, this is what I'm going to do. This is the problem you have. Trust me, I'm going to evil.
This is how I'll solve the problem that I see you have.
Exactly.
That might actually not even know it, but you're seeing it and you bring solutions to the table.
Exactly.
Okay.
Then most of the time, you'll find that most brands, like when they're working with creators are just doing it because they're getting paid. They don't have passion in whatever they're doing. Maybe sasa kama sai a brand a detergent comes and I don't even wash clothes. I'll just do it because I'm getting paid. But can you imagine you, because you have a family, you have kids, you have a nanny, you need the detergent. So you're going to do it with passion because honestly, you're tired of washing those white clothes and they're not like looking clean. So you understand? So for me, when I approach brands, I just don't approach any brand. I approach brands that favor what I do. So that if I'm doing it, I'm giving it my all.
So you now have 200K followers. You are giving your all into these brands. You are now a model, but you're realizing you have so much and you should channel it probably to something that is yours.
Yeah.
And that was the birth of By Nika.
At that time, I was struggling with acne and I'm like, I want to look better. And nili struggle for so long and I realized, kama ni mimi peke yangu, like if I'm struggling like this, how many other people are struggling
as well? Yeah.
And I really spent to make myself look pretty again, to make the acne disappear. And no matter what product I used, it didn't work. Even these big brands, they didn't work. Remember we used that one?
Oh, yes. I remember. You even introduced me to it. We won't mention names. And someone really got money from selling that brand. I could not believe.
Exactly. Influencing. It's all about influencing.
I think something might not work for one person, but it might work for someone else.
No, it's just a scam. That brand is a scam. It doesn't work.
Millions of money.
Tuna kila mtu ana complain. It's not just us.
It's not just us. Okay.
Yeah.
I've never looked at the reviews.
People plus her.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We won't mention names.
Anyway, so that's when I tried a certain product from somebody and it worked, and I was like, okay, so
this could work.
And then I was like, okay, one thing, if you want to make money, be in this business that was patia pesa, beauty, health, and food. Billionaire. Because girls, actually not girls only, people love being beautiful. Yes. So if you're selling them something that will make them pretty, you're going to make quick money. So long as it's legit, you're going to make quick money. Health, we all need.
I want all to be healthy.
Exactly. And food, nani akulangi. Unaona vile juice zangu zilikuwa zinisha. Hata kama mtu hataki. So unamwambia vile kumewaka jua. It's so scorching hot.
And it's also convenient. Juice. You have brought it to where they are.
Yeah.
Instead of them coming to look for you in a shop.
Exactly.
So you might think you are selling juice, but you're actually selling convenience. So because of that, and sometimes, or not sometimes, most of the time as human beings, we are geared towards spending, what do we call it? Impulse buying. We are impulse buyers.
Now
because you've seen it, you want to buy it.
Yeah.
So that could have been the other thing that was working for you.
Exactly. I talked to the lady and she, because I already spent like a whole time to get my face right. So I'm like, okay, now I've gotten something that really works. So I was like, could you teach me how to make this product? And she was like, 50K per product. I'm like, hey, boo.
My God. Now, by this time, is Instagram bringing money other than the modeling job and the accessories?
No, brands. The accessories, ilikuwa like just change, but not the brands. The brands came in. I just used to get brands, and now I'm grown. So I'm also like, I'm doing advertisements, so the brand endorsements are coming. And I don't know, they just used to.
Did you even know how to price for a brand?
No. I didn't know.
So how did you learn that? Or you asked them to...
It's about self-value. You price yourself kulingana na vile una feel you are worth. Like, what's your worth? You understand?
So the brand goes with the money you tell them.
Yeah.
Not the money that they think you're worth, or there's no standard figure.
They're smart. They cannot tell you're paying you $1 million and maybe you'll tell them you want 10K.
Oh my God.
So they ask you for a rate card. You don't have a rate card. You tell them, I charge 5K. Oh, okay. So for 2 months, it's 10K. Then you say yes. And they're like, okay, we'll give you 50.
So how did you know what your value was? Because I think that's a really big problem for upcoming content creators. Did you reach out to someone who was already in the industry, like the one you're looking up to, or Bosha?
They don't respond. Any maselebu wajibu. That's why I'm trying my best to respond to DMs because I used to feel bad. I'm asking for help and hakuna mtu anakuja kunisaidia. So they don't respond. I didn't ask anybody, but at that time, the way I was dressing, the content I was making, maybe I'm just using a ring light and a phone. So I'm not even struggling. I'm not doing my makeup. So I wasn't worth much because I'm not even giving you quality content or something. So nilikuwa naangalia, am I spending? If I'm spending 3K, okay, maybe I'll add like 10K on top. And I'm telling you like maybe it's 15K.
Okay.
And you'll be like, okay.
Was there a brand you worked with that you really liked?
Some. Let me just say some.
You don't want to mention names?
I don't.
Okay.
No free marketing. They pay me to do it.
Okay.
Yeah. So over time, like say, like my worth is more, not like vile nilikuwa, because at this time I need to dress up, I need to look good for me to do that one content. So you have to
really pay up.
Exactly.
So now you get into, they ask you for 50,000. This woman asks you for 50,000 to teach you to create one of each product. How many products does she have?
A lot, maybe more than 10.
So what did you do?
I just bargained and started with like moja until I learned all of them. And I started selling, and I realized, you cannot sell cosmetic products if you're not using them. What are you going to sell? You understand? So I decided to use the products first, and then I sold them. And
what were these products?
They were, first I started with the acne set because I was struggling with acne. Then I went to the lightening products, and watu wanataka kwa wazungu huko nje. So it's sold. I used to sell. Plus now I'm known. Like the name is big out there, and they're saying, okay, yeah, you have applied there, and you look good. So we want that. We want that. And you do imenifikisha hapa. The cosmetic business, the By Nica, now the new By Nica, the rebrand is what has gotten me here. So
now you start with the acne set.
Yeah.
And you start with paying the 50,000.
No, I bargained.
You bargained?
Like 15K.
Wow, from 50,000 to 15,000. Wow, okay. So, and then you start making them. You learn how to make them. And so walk us through that process. How do you brand? How do you even start selling? Do you apply and say, now look, and then sell? How did that work?
At that time, I was still broke, Then pesa yako yote imeenda kwa ni capital.
The training.
The training. So I'm like, okay, I realized for me to make money, I have to use it first so that I could see if it works.
You have used it and it works.
And it works. So when I'm even selling to somebody, they'll be like, yeah, it has worked on her, so it's only going to work on me. But how you brand your product matters. the packaging is important. So I was like, okay, I need to first know about the packaging, the branding. So I went to brand my products first, and I started selling. First, nilikuwa nauza maybe 1 product a day, 2 products, hivyo, but I didn't quit. And I didn't move. Okay, at this time, nimetoka kwa 1 bedroom, nimerudi bedsitter. Yeah.
It's
Shit
life.
happens.
Yes. And that's okay.
And that's
because
okay.
you're building on something.
Exactly. So I'm like, okay, ama niachane nayo. But I'm like, no. It's either you sell food, you become a doctor, ama you sell beauty. So I'm like, I have to make it work. And now I'm not going back to school. Nimeshaamua sirudi shule. So I just have to make it work. Then pia the gigs are slow. The brands are not coming in every time. So I'm like, I just have to make it work. So now I started posting consistently. And pushing it. I've never hired an influencer to market my products. I've marketed, and now we are at 18K followers on my business page. Oh, wow. So I just kept pushing, not knowing where the clients will come from, but even one client actually texts, maybe she's just inquiring about something, I'll tell her, can I give you a call so that I can explain further? So I guess the service that I offer is what makes people come back, because I will take you through everything. I will explain really well. This is what I did. This is what this is what happens. This is what you need, etc. And they'll be like, oh, okay. They will end up buying even if they want to buy, or maybe I'll buy 1 product. I'll make you buy the whole package because
how you're selling
exactly it. Also, I'm all about restoring a girl's confidence. So unapata, like, when you come to me with a problem, even if I don't even have that product, I'll make it work. Ni unasumbuka, I don't sell it, but baby, trust me, in a week's time I'll bring it. So
you want to solve the problems that your clients are having. Okay.
So in a short period of time, I made money and I moved sasa to where I am, and voila, I'm here. And obviously at that time, but the Instagram is growing. I'm getting the recognition.
So this has all happened in 5 years, in a span of 5 years, since you started when you were 18 up to now when you're 23.
Okay.
It's been 5 years. You didn't know?
Old.
No, you're not old. The business has grown. You're not old. You're 23. I mean, at 23, most of us are figuring our life out. We are not sure. I would say at 23, I had also started a business, the Red Row Hotel, which failed miserably, but that gave me confidence. It did. It failed. It went for only 8 months, and then it did not work.
You only make her for long.
No, it was only 8 months because you are young. So I understand when you're starting something, and I used to tell people all the time, I'm building an empire. Red Row Hotel, I was not even calling it a cafe, though it was small and in a Mabati building. I was looking at the big picture. This one will be a story with
the next
accommodation.
Hilton.
You know, the next Hilton, because actually it's only Hilton that we knew as hotels back then, because it was in the middle of town. So at 23, you've really done a lot. And that's why I keep telling you, you inspire me a lot. And I've seen this grow. I've seen it from being an idea where I was telling you, bring things and just label them by Nika. Nika, actually. Nika is a really good name. You need to patent this. You need to trademark it. And you went ahead and did it with very little help from us, actually. We don't come from a rich family where you can get the first capital. And also, I'm struggling with my own things, so I won't be the one who is giving you the capital. And then you have also chosen to go against what I thought would work for you. And you're putting your own, you are carving your own bold path. Because that's what you did. You carved your own bold path. And that's really awesome. And I'm so very proud of you.
Thank you.
Now, when you look back, what would you say kept you going? And what will now keep you going for the next 5 years?
Hope made a way. Hope made a way.
Hope made a way.
I knew I wanted this. And Rome wasn't built in a single day.
Yes.
So consistency, discipline and consistency. You need to wake up every day and make a choice. Do I want to be broke or do I want to be hella rich? I want to be hella rich. So it's all about making the right choices, being bold, being resilient because, hey, kutakuwa na challenges nyingi.
What are these challenges, by the way? We've not talked about challenges.
The challenges. No making a sale. Okay, in terms of business, By Nica, not making sales. Attempts to make a sale. And until kurivasiwa pesa, until ujue unafaa utumie till si send money.
Wow, people used to reverse money.
Yes.
And then what happens?
At the time, you okay, I guess 3 times, and there's
For
nothing
products of how much?
Like 10K.
Okay.
Exactly.
People can really do things.
So until I realize, okay, I need a till, I need a pen, I need a pay bill.
You also need to register a company.
Exactly. So I did register my company, and it's all about being bold, resilient, and the consistency. Itakuja leo, itakuja kesho, but it will come.
And you still have to be consistent.
Yeah, you need to be consistent. Like you're building it brick by brick, brick by brick. So you have to keep pushing, you have to keep going,
On those days that you don't sell and rent is waiting to be paid, food is waiting to be paid. And this is weird. We're even talking about this as a 23-year-old.
I should be with my mama.
Yeah, your bills are very many because I know these bills. All this, what really keeps you going? Because yes, you're consistent, you're putting in the effort, you're posting daily, but you're not seeing these sales. What do you do? What will keep you going?
I'll proudly say it's God. Faith. You have to learn and understand that there's someone bigger than us. There's the universe. And at times, utachoka. And at least once you know that there's somebody bigger than you, you're like, my daddy is there. So you just rest and be like, it's all gonna work out. Why should I stress? The God that gave you that business idea is the God that is gonna give you the clients. So on those days that I don't make sales, on those days that brands say no, on those days that when I text somebody and they don't respond, I just know that there's a bigger God, a God bigger than me. And you look to me and push for the longest time. You understand? Because I remember a year ago, I was like, I want to be on TV. And I became on
by
TV.
The way,
I'm
talk
on
to
TV.
us about that. How has that been? Is that do you see that also as a business? Is that part of your entrepreneurship journey?
I'm featured in a showmax show. It's called Take Me Home Season 2. And I'll say it opened a lot of doors for me. The exposure and, okay, I want to be an actress. So it is paving a way for me. And yeah, it's still business. Yani kitu nakupatia pesa, ebu fanya. Whatever's giving you money, poverty is the enemy. Once umejua poverty is the enemy, you're on the right track.
Do you have a boundary to what you can do and what you can't do? Do you think one should have a boundary to what you can do and what you can't do for money? Because there are things that might come up, and now you're seeing more of that in Kenya. We usually didn't have it, like wash. I don't even know how that works, but I see more young people being geared towards that. Do you need to have a line? Do you need to put a line on the sand, like apa sipitangi, this is my boundary, this is what I can do, and this is what I can't do?
I feel about something like a right and wrong is only there when kuna kitu ya compare it with. Like, you understand? Like, if akungekuwa na something compare, hatungejua if this is good or bad. So it's all about, is about you. If mimi trust me, yo deal ya washo shikuja shiko naenda nayo. I'll go with it. So it's about, I wouldn't say, I wouldn't say like, ukwe na boundaries ama ukwe na nini. It's about you. You know who you are as a person.
What are your values?
Yes. So, you ni yako. I wouldn't talk much about it because I've done, nimefanya vitu mingi, so. If you want to do...
It's up to a person,
yes,
and what you choose to do.
Okay. Exactly.
Because I know there are easier options. There are easier options for you to take up that bring in money faster, and they're not always legal,
Ziko na consequences.
There are consequences to it. So you decide what consequences you can take.
Yes.
It's so exciting to hear that you want to become an actress. And I believe, like everything else, because you've set yourself on this path, you've taken this goal, you'll achieve it. Is there anything else you should look towards when it comes to Nika? What is on a vision board really now and going forward?
My vision board of this year is just to become a better version of myself, to be closer to God, and to just make more money, literally. Expectation lead to disappointments. And I realized for you to achieve something, make realistic goals so that yani kweni kama you're building something, you're building a house, so it needs to take time. So what you'll expect from me is maybe more content on YouTube, because I've been slacking on that area. So more content on YouTube, more interactive content, lots of travel content. And yeah, just wait and see me to be on papers, maybe them talking about me being hella rich, money here. Next season, maybe
Awesome.
I'll be there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Amen. And I wish you nothing but the best. As we wrap up, you could probably tell that one young person who's 18 now, who's just finished, who has done the KCSE, they're finished high school. They're wondering now what's next. Probably there's no money to take them to uni, because I think that was a challenge for us. No one is there to take you to uni. So what do they do? Or maybe they've even gone to uni and you're out of uni with this good grade. You've done really well in uni, but
There's no job.
there's no job. So what would you tell them? What would be their bold path to take?
Business. Let your bold path be a business. Hata upata your job, just venture into something small. It could be a hotel. It could be selling clothes. It could be a thrift store. Like, must even physical. It could be online. You know, having your own business, it's a game changer. And working under nobody, trust me, you'll never even want to work under anybody ever. Because can you imagine, once you become a business owner, umejitolea stress na pressure ya boss, kuambiwa wake up early, do this, do that. You just work under yourself. You understand? So you are, when the trendsetter, pace setter, you want to wake up at 8, you wake up at 8. You understand? So your bold path equal business. I would urge any young person out there to start a business, no matter which business and how small it is. Trust me, so long as you have the dream, you have the vision, it's going to work out. Borrow square na pupa, don't be greedy. Just know small steps that make bigger steps at the end of the day. Okay? And just start. You don't know where to start. Start. You want to be an influencer? Take that phone, make that content, just do that one TikTok. Maybe you'll be the next Thursday and you'll just blow out of dancing. You understand? Just start. And usilia about finances, I don't know what to do. There's always something you could do to have it. You understand? Like, hakutoi kosa kitu. Like, ni wewe hujaangalia close enough, but the universe will always make it work. So just ukona sufuria kwa nyumba na mafuta, pika bajia na ukauze. Oh, ukona standards. Uza bajia, mama.
Thank you so much, Nika, for mentioning that. For sure, when I started the restaurant started with a table, a metal table. I don't even know how to call it. It was a table made of mabati.
Yeah.
The stand was made of metal, and it was done in Kariobangi. And I took that table home. I think it was around 3,000. And then, because it was there just picking dust, I think for a month, I decided when I buy the jiko, now I can do something outside our where I was staying. And I started selling chapatis, and I had a roommate who was selling chapatis. And you know, like when you start the first day, it's like the universe really wants this to work. So on that first day,
You make
I sold all the chapatis. I think we made like 20, and we sold all of them. And actually, we realized this is something that people want. We had jobs. She had a job. I had a job. So we could not consistently wake up and cook these chapatis. But already the universe was showing there's this gap. People want food, and you can actually sell this. So before, the restaurant was a restaurant, which was around 25,000. I thought was the budget. The 3,000 plus the jiko of 1,000 plus maybe unga and mafuta of 500 started a business. So really, when you want to start, just start. What can you do today? What are you able to achieve today? And start there. And also when you ask for help, like you kept asking for help, people come in and help you because you don't know where this help will come from. And people won't know what you need if you don't ask. Also, it's very important for you to ask. I think it was
A closed
just...
mouth doesn't get fed.
Yes, it was just Ivy who said that actually the other day, that if you're not asking, then the answer will always be no. So just ask, and you never know where this help will come from. Thank you so much, Nika, for coming. You have made this episode such a delight. I'm so happy that we got to close this loop. I started on your journey on YouTube content creation, and now you come here and you're the first guest on this episode of the Bold Path podcast. And I'm really excited that you came and you shared your story, and it's really an encouraging story. And I know so many young people will go ahead and just start, not having all the answers, not having everything figured out, and starting with what you have and starting on solutions that people actually need. So thank you so much for that. Would you like to add anything?
I'll just say thank you for having me, and thank you for watching, guys. I hope you learned something and you realize that we are all the same. So if you are thinking that you are alone, jo kuna mwingine pia amepitia hapo. So yeah, just thank you for having me.
And where can people find these beautiful products by Nika?
You could get my product on only Instagram. My Instagram page is the By Nika is _By Nika, and my main page is _ the real Nika, and Nika is Nica. Okay, so if you want to hire me, make me your brand ambassador, you know where to find me.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And thank you for joining and watching. It was really awesome to have you here. Please make sure you like, you subscribe, you comment, and share with one person who you know this can be of impact to them, which will inspire them to get on their bold path, because your bold path starts now.